And I am live. 1 hour late. Sorry about that. Things happen. So tonight we are talking about Michael, the movie that just came out, the biopic with Michael Jackson live, basically, and the Jackson 5. I've seen a lot of people being harsh on the movie. I strongly disagree with pretty much most of them. This is nothing new. This channel is where you get many hot takes. So let's get into it. We use the usual formula where we get to cover the wiki page because there's so much information on whether the movie was successful or not and who is involved in that movie. Let's get into it. So, it was directed by Antoine Fuqua, and I won't lie, as someone that has seen several movies, I know for a fact I have seen some of his work. Unfortunately, I don't remember his work that much, so I can't remember what I've seen, but I know that name is quite familiar to me. Um, Written by John Logan, produced by Graham King, John Brinka, John McClane, starring Jafar Jackson, basically Michael Jackson nephew. Um, he is playing his uncle, and that's interesting. That's very interesting. Nia Long, I don't know her. Maybe that's the mother because she plays a quite a big role in the movie. Giuliano Valdi, I don't know that person. Carolyn Dorrell Jones, I don't know that person either. Laura Arier, Jessica Sula, Mike Myers, Miles Taylor, Coleman Domingo. Cinematography by Diane Bibi. Edited by John Ottman, Ari Yoon, Conrad Boff TV, Tom Cross. Music by Lyre Rosner. Production companies Lionsgate Film, they are quite active in the recent years. GK Film, Optimum Productions. Distributed by Lionsgate Film USA, Universal Pictures UK. Release date April 10, 2026. Uber Eats Music All. Interesting. They got their end everywhere, right? April 22nd, 2026, in the UK, just before the USA and Canada being April 24th. Running time 127 minutes. Countries the UK, USA. English is the language. The budget was 165 million to 200 million. The box office was 237. Was the movie successful? As of right now, I doubt it. I don't think so. As of right now, that movie is barely making some money. It's only paying itself back a little bit. But we all know the cost is much higher when you really look into the facts. So I don't know. Depends if more people go to see it. Maybe that number will rise and change. As of right now, it's not the case. It's unfortunate because I enjoyed that movie a lot. And I guess we got these movies that underperform because the cost of living is so high. Now, we move on to the next section of this discussion. I will be covering some of the Rotten Tomato reviews. Now, this is your warning. Spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. So we will get into it. I warn it because sometimes these people they spoil the entire thing. So this is your warning, folks. I will just find the right tab and screen share. There we go. There we go. Wow, the critic went really hard on that movie. So I guess that's what's going on. Um, the critic gave a 37%, a 97% from the audience, which is quite big. It's very interesting to look at. Michael is the cinematic portrayal of the life and legacy of one of the most influential artists the world has ever known. The film tells the story of um, Michael Jackson, basically. What to know? Critic consensus. While Jafar Jackson's smooth move bring the king of pop to uncanny life, this musical biopic mostly plays like the greatest hits album that could have benefited from including liner notes to give actual insight into the icon. Audience says, boosted by stellar performance, most notably Jafar Jackson, a breakout turn. Michael tops the charts and as fans moonwalking across the globe. Interesting. Very interesting. Um, so let's get into some of these great comments on the movie. A first critique from Adam Neiman, The Ringer. A rotten score. There is no grade attached to it, it's only rotten. Michael disingenuously airbrushed style is directly related to the material its maker can't and likely never will put on screen. They found their voice and have the resources to amplify it in Dolby Atmos. Interesting. Spencer Korntaber, The Atlantic, another rotten score, and there's no grade attached to it. Unfortunately, Michael is a botched job. After Fuka does interesting work sowing seeds of folly amid the star's glorious rise, the movie gives up and turns to a total sanctification. Interesting. Oh, a first fresh score, folks. And this is from J. Allen Johnson, San Francisco Chronicle. 3 out of 4 with a fresh score. Domingo provides depth and nuance to a movie that might otherwise have none. Is tough as letter performance meshing well with the tender turn by Nia Long as matriarch Katherine Jakson. So I was right. She is a mother. The next comment, another rotten score from James Omotram with a 2 out of 5, so that'd be a 4 out of 10. South China Morning Post. It is an utterly sanitized view of Jakson appealing to fans who do not want to wrestle with the allegation their hero faced. Well, I don't know. I guess. To each their own. I'm no Jakson fan, but I want to say this is big allegation and we should need like actual proof. But yeah. Let's not get too deep into it. Let's go to the next comment. Clarissa. Audience, 10 out of 10. The best movie of the year. I am going to see it again. Oh, I doubt it. I strongly disagree, but to each their own. I guess that person has really low standard and probably sees only one movie a year if it's actually a person and not a bot. Because maybe that's a bot. I don't know. Miss Pasty with a 10 out of 10. Loved everything from start to finish. It was a great movie. Again, to each their own. I guess they got what they wanted from a movie. Maria with a 10 out of 10. Loved it at my 10 years old, 13 years old, and 16 years old, watching me the entire time. Interesting. Brittany with a 8 out of 10, 4 stars. Actors did a great job playing the roles. So you have heard the people, the folks talked. And I guess this is my go now. So again, I'll spoil the entire movie. I have so much to say about that movie. It is a very enjoyable movie. Let's get into it. We will start with the plot. A biopic of rising king of the pop genre of music, coming from his days with the Jackson 5 to his last show with his brothers. Now, I will be honest, I've seen several movies this year, not as many as last year. As of right now, I am sitting at 41 movies from 2026 that I have seen. That one is right in the middle. And I will tell you why. I have issues with it. And they really drag down the experience quite a lot. And I will repeat myself a lot because that issue keeps coming back. So my first issue, pacing really early in the movie, was really slow. My second issue is more of the same. Pacing once again somewhere in the middle felt lackluster. And the third issue, pacing again for a third time. Near the end, it was taking forever. All the movie could get a 30 to 45-minute cut in its length. That's exactly how I felt. That movie was so long, and I can see some people saying, "Oh, it's just a glorified show or clip for an album or something." Now, I'll get into my last issue, and that issue kind of got under my skin by the end of the viewing of that movie because I thought they had something good that they did wrong. So let's get into it. Despite the movie wanting the father to be an awful father and the antagonist, I think overall his characterization wasn't great. Most of his best moments weren't even with Michael. It's a biopic. It's okay to not be 100% accurate. It would have been better if they fleshed out better the dad. The dad was just a jerk, true and true. And maybe that was what it was like in real life. I mean, he was using a belt to beat his kids, if that's true. So that's a monster. But again, there's so much emphasis on that father character, and now we are talking about a movie. So maybe work better on that character and give him more nuance or show another side to him. Even if that other side doesn't exist in reality or in real life, you're making a movie. You're not making a documentary. And that kind of bothered me a lot because, again, the dad played such a big role in the movie, and I understand his place in it. Uh, he was a monster, and that was the purpose of him in the movie. But again, you can work better on him. It's a movie, not a documentary, and that bothered me. So let's get into my likes. Because despite being harsh, despite not enjoying parts of that movie, I did enjoy the experience. It was a fun movie that I liked. So let's get into the likes, the themes, and character arcs. So the likes, the music was enjoyable, set design and costume were solid, the dance throughout was great, the cast was rock solid, movie was entertaining overall. So I wasn't bored, and I liked my time. And I know I'm not the only one. Several other people did enjoy it. It's rare I see a theater room that crowded. But I will also be honest with that. Some people left in the middle of it. So I guess they were in the bandwagon of the critique. They didn't like it. So now let's get into the themes and character arcs. All about family and legacy and brand. Michael becoming solo and taking agency in his destiny was fun. Michael standing up to an abusive dad was amazing. Nice to see the behind the scene of the making of music. Music should unite the people, and it's kind of funny how the flashbacks with the kid, they were like, oh yeah, even if you're 10 years old, you will say you're 8 just to boost the brand. It was interesting. And we also had the commentary about Pepsi and the Jakson being the Pepsi, and that aspect was kind of neat. I won't lie. There are touch in that movie that are well executed. There are aspects to it that were very fun. True and true, I think that movie is not the best or the worst this year. It's a fun experience. If you want to watch a cool biopic, a cool musical, go watch that. Uh, it's also about music uniting the people. I like it. I like that theme a lot. Anyway, overall, I think that movie deserves a 7.5 out of 10. It's quite high, I know, but I think it's deserving. I'm right in the middle of the critique and the audience. With that being said, this is now the outro. What to expect next on the channel? Tomorrow we react to things with the dragon. Friday we talk about The Boys, Season 5, Episode 3, 4, and 5. I think Episode 5 just dropped yesterday, I believe, so I need to catch up with that. Next week, Monday, probably gaming, if everything goes well. Tuesday, we talk about Loki Season 1 and Loki Season 2. Next Wednesday, I don't know. Maybe we will be reviewing another movie that will come out this weekend. I don't know yet. I will look into it. Next Thursday, next week, we talk about James Bond once again. Anyway, have you seen Michael? What did you think of Michael? Do you plan on watching Michael? With that being said, thank you for sticking around. There are timestamps. I know it's quite short, but there are timestamps, and you can get back at it and watch every part of this stream. Have a great one, and take care.